Hello everyone, welcome to SW News. Today we are going to talk about the political turmoil in Maharashtra. But before that, if you are watching this video on YouTube, then please make sure you like this video, you subscribe to our channel and comment below it. And if you are watching this video on Facebook, then please do like our page and make sure that you share this video to as many people as possible. Let's now talk about the political turmoil in the state of Maharashtra. The Mahavikas Aghadi government in Maharashtra, which so far found itself cornered over the entire Antilia bomb scare, Sachin Waze, Parambir Singh saga, has now made a sort of comeback in this battle of political match with the BJP. The BJP, led by former Chief Minister and leader of opposition Devendra Fadnavis, has been attacking the Mahavikas Aghadi over the issue. After former Commissioner of Police Parambir Singh's letter bomb, in which he alleged that Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh asked police officers to collect haftas amounting to hundreds of crores from hotels, bars, restaurants and other establishments, Devendra Fadnavis went on offensive. He conducted a press conference almost every day attacking the MVA government, asking pointed questions and also demanding the resignation of the Home Minister. He even went on to accuse that the Chief Minister of the state, Uddhav Thackeray, was in the know of these developments going on in the state. The MVA could not look any more clueless. To Fadnavis's pointed question, the leaders of the MVA government seemed to have no answer. The Maharashtra government was on back foot due to the recent string of crime police politician nexus, but not anymore. And the MVA has none other than Devendra Fadnavis to thank for it. Let's talk about this in today's video. When Devendra Fadnavis first raised the topic in Maharashtra Assembly and spoke about the involvement of Sachin Waze, the one question that everyone in the MVA was asking: how did Fadnavis, leader of the opposition in the Legislative Assembly, get this information? He claimed to have documentary proofs and claimed that he had a pen drive with 6.3 GB data in the subsequent press conference. So where did he get this information from? The mystery may finally be close to getting solved. 2 days ago, I did a video on Rashmi Shukla, the IPS officer who is at the center of the controversy now. Former Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh had filed a petition in the Supreme Court against his transfer to the Departments of Home Guards. He had also made some serious allegations against Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh. He said that there should be a CBI inquiry at the earliest before Anil Deshmukh destroys the evidence. He also said that there is a corruption racket in the transfers and posting of Maharashtra police personnel, and for this, he also referred to this letter written by Rashmi Shukla. Now, he was not the only person to rake up the letter. Leader of opposition in Maharashtra Assembly, Devendra Fadnavis, also conducted a press conference and drew the attention to the letter. The letter claimed that Rashmi Shukla, after getting a whiff of the transfer racket, tapped the phones of some leaders of the Mahavikas Aghadi and found that from politicians to top bureaucrats, number of people are involved in this. She submitted the report to the then DG Subodh Jaiswal. Both are now in the central posting. This report was supposed to be confidential, so how did this reach Devendra Fadnavis? Meanwhile, the MVA leaders accused Shukla of indulging in illegal phone tapping of the ruling party leaders. After these allegations, Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray asked the Chief Secretary to submit a report in the matter. Now, the sensational report submitted by Maharashtra Chief Secretary Sitaram Kunte says that Rashmi Shukla misused the permission given to her for tapping the phones. He has also expressed doubt that Rashmi Shukla herself may have leaked the confidential letter to Devendra Fadnavis. Kunte said that if this is proved to be true, then action will be taken against Rashmi Shukla. So what exactly was in the report that was filed by Sitaram Kunte? The Chief Secretary of the state said in his report that the provision of the Indian Telegram Act is to monitor the acts that are against the national interest. It is not intended to be used for things like political disputes, business disputes, family quarrels. However, this original purpose was misused. Kunte goes on to say in his report that with the permission obtained, Shukla tapped the phones of such private individuals, whose conversation was mentioned in reference to the transfer of police officers. The period during which she tapped the phones of private individuals, there was no proposal for the replacement of IPS officers under consideration by the government, as the administration was involved in the management of the coronavirus crisis at that particular point of time. The reference to the private conversation mentioned in Rashmi Shukla's report could not be linked to the transfer of any IPS officer, and therefore the administration did not feel that there is any need to take action on it. So did Rashmi Shukla in fact leak the letter? State leader of opposition Devendra Fadnavis made public the confidential report by Rashmi Shukla. Fadnavis had claimed that he had 6 GB of data at that point of time. In his report, Kunte said that the government did not have a pen drive with the report, which was sent by Director General of Police. The letter of the leaked report appears to be an office copy of Rashmi Shukla. It is suspected that the copy was leaked by Shukla herself. He further added that the report was confidential and that the breach was serious and would be subject to severe action. There is no resemblance between the so-called transfer decision and the actual decision taken by the government. The report does not reveal any wrongdoing. This is what the Chief Secretary of the state wrote in his report. But there is a twist in this tale. As per Kunte, Rashmi Shukla had apologized to the state chief minister, home minister and the chief secretary for illegally tapping the phones. Sitaram Kunte goes on to say in his report that Rashmi Shukla met me, the home minister and the chief minister. She admitted her mistake and asked for permission to withdraw her report. But the report was not withdrawn. There was no action against her in the phone tapping case out of sympathy and courtesy. Jitendra Awad says Shukla threatened MVA MLAs. However, the most sensational claim ever made was by NCP MLA and State Housing Minister Jitendra Awad in this entire case. He said that during the government formation crisis, Rashmi Shukla called up independent MLA from Kolhapur Rajendra Yadravkar and also threatened him to join the BJP. Here is what he has to say.
माझ्याकडनं मला विचारणा झालेली होती ही गोष्ट खरी आहे, पण मी त्याच वेळेस त्यांना सांगितलेलं होतं की मी अपक्ष निवडून आल्यामुळे मतदारसंघातल्या लोकांचा कामासाठी मतदारसंघाच्या जनतेचा जो निर्णय असेल तो मला मानावा लागेल या पद्धतीची मी माझी भूमिका त्याच वेळेस स्पष्ट केली. आणि त्याच्यानंतरच्या काळात आपण जनतेची सगळ्यांची आपण जाहीर मेळावा घेतला. त्या मेळाव्यामध्ये सगळ्या शिरूर तालुक्यातल्या तमाम जनतेने सांगितलं की आपण या महाआघाडी सरकारबरोबर आपण उद्धवजी ठाकरे साहेबांच्या नेतृत्वाखाली आपण जायचं. ही भूमिका त्यांनी सांगितली, त्याप्रमाणे आपण केलं.
Now, Awad further alleged that while Shukla was given permission to tap the phones of one leader, she misused the permission and tapped the phones of other leaders as well. NCP spokesperson Nawab Malik had already called her BJP agent who has a habit of tapping phones. This whole episode has now put the spotlight on Rashmi Shukla and BJP. So the question is, if Rashmi Shukla tapped the phones, on whose instruction she did it? Was it at the behest of the BJP? Did Fadnavis get the confidential letter from Rashmi Shukla? And if yes, then it only substantiates the suspicion regarding the alleged BJP and Rashmi Shukla connection. The bigger point here is, are the bureaucrats in the state acting against the ruling government and helping the BJP? The BJP has been accused of trying to topple the MVA government in the state multiple times. The MVA leaders have often also complained about the bureaucrats in the state not listening to them. So that leaves us with very important question. Are these events just a coincidence, or was there in fact a sort of collusion between Rashmi Shukla and BJP leaders from the state? Do let us know what you think in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Also, a very small request to all of our viewers before I take your leave. We have launched a membership drive on our YouTube channel HW News English. If you want to support independent journalism, if you want to support us, please click on the join button. You will get to know about the levels of membership that we offer, and the perks and the benefits of it will be explained to you in the video that is following. So please click on the join button and please do support us, do join the membership. Thank you so much. Hello everyone. HW News English is 2 years old now. When we started this venture, we promised ourselves one thing, that news should remain free. Because right to know is the right of every Indian. But to keep news free for everyone, we need support from some of you. And thus, we have rolled out membership on our YouTube channel HW News English. But mind you, the membership is completely voluntary. The programs that we were doing earlier, that we are doing now, will continue to remain free. First level is a basic level. Here, you can be our supporter by paying rupees 199 per month. This membership gives you certain perks and benefits. The perks include unique badges in front of your name, a live show from Mr. Sujit Nair and from Mr. Akhilesh Bhargava per month for our members. You can also vote in some exclusive members-only polls. Now the second level is Super Supporter. Here you can be our Super Supporter by paying rupees 3,999 per month. This membership will include every perk that comes with basic level. Additionally, our Super Supporters can be a part of a WhatsApp group where we can have discussions and suggestions on various topics. The second perk includes a gift pack with our merchandise. And the third perk is a Google Meet with Mr. Sujit Nair, where you can join the meet and ask your questions to Mr. Nair face to face. Lastly, if you like, we would give a shout out to our super supporters in our programs. So, hope to see you soon with our badges.